Welcome back, guys, to the One Sip podcast. Today we have a nice little Hell's beer from Germany, a little freezing. You can see somebody has it poured out. This beer is from the south of Germany. On the beer name is from the hill it's upon. I know you guys don't know how to say it, so I would love for a little attempt before I say the correct pronunciation. Oh, see, just give me a try.
My try would be Weihenstephan.
Oh, all right.
That was pretty good.
Uh-huh.
Very fine, very nice, yeah.
Now I know how to say
come
it.
on.
You should have let me go first because I'm gonna butch this. Weihenstephaner.
Oh.
Weihenstephan.
That sounds like two different names.
Three times
All
a charm, baby. 3 times a charm. Come on.
Weinsteiner.
That's my favorite one, to be fair.
There we go. All right, Mikey. Yeah, give us
Let's
it.
go, Mikey. Come on.
I'm not attempting.
No, come on.
No, you
gotta
got it.
Mikey's
give
with
us
me.
Give us a little taste. Give us a little taste.
Weihenstephaner.
That's what I said. That's what I said
That is-
first.
All right, Jake, come on. Give us the pronunciation.
All right. Pronunciation is Weihenstephan.
Oh, that's
Bro,
bullshit.
there's more syllables in that.
What is it?
Weihenstephan.
Weihenstephan. Yeah.
Weihenstephan.
What about the fauner?
No, it's Weihenstephan.
Yo, imagine
I'm getting this from.
Imagine they go in a spelling bee, spell the word Jake just said. They're not gonna know how to spell that.
No.
Can you use it in a sentence? That's always you always gotta ask for it in a sentence.
I'm drinking a Weihenstephan now.
All right, Christian, have you given us a taste? Can you give us a little preview?
Wait, I got some more details about this
Yeah, let's
beer. I
go.
wanna share with you
Give
guys.
it while
Yeah.
we're.
So I already said it was a Hell's beer, little 5.1% action, 21 IBU, so a little bitterness right there. This beer is from Weihenstephan Hill in South Germany, next to Munich, pretty much. So
Don't act like you know exactly where
Yeah.
it is.
Bro, I've been to Munich before.
Uh-huh.
I know my Stefaners.
I like
Yeah.
that you're continuing to not say Stefan, but
Yeah.
So this was a monastery brewery at first, and then the Royal Bavarian State actually claimed it. So it's now still controlled by the state, which is very interesting. Sounds like a soccer team. in
so is
Germany.
it like Florida owning its own brewery?
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
it's like Florida owning its own brewery because this
So-
is the Bavarian government specifically.
Jake, tell us
owns it.
about the thing about the law. the
Oh,
penalty.
we've actually gone over it before, the purity law. We did this with the polliner that we did back in the day.
I actually think that episode never came out because that was our first
Oh.
ever episode. So if we ever get to 100 subscribers, we will put out that episode, the first ever episode we did. But before we continue and go on to the law,
It was
I
crap.
did look up why so many beers are brewed by monasteries back in the day. And because last week we did the Saint Bernardus that was done by the Trappist monks. So when I did look it up, apparently I did not fact check this part, but it started because beer was safer to drink in the Middle Ages than water. So everyone was drinking beer.
Damn, that's a good life.
Yeah, exactly. And so these monasteries, they had to provide for anyone that came to them. So they actually had 3 different breweries on hand, one for poor people, one for themselves, and one to sell. So
That's interesting.
so the reason they started is because they and the reason that like the beers are so well done and they're so strong is because they were making it for God. So that's why they would use like the best stuff, like give it the most amount of respect, is because they were like doing it as a duty to God. And because they were doing it so well, people would go to buy it, and then they started making money, so they continued to sell it and they continued to brew it as time went on.
Yeah, because I like the little tickly feeling they get after a few brews to God.
And they
You
would
bruise the god.
they would drink it for nutrition during a fast. So
I
they
can
would
see
have
that.
nothing in their stomachs and be drinking beers, which I feel like would just get you hammered.
Matt.
But apparently these guys were, they were strong drinkers. So I guess it didn't have much of an effect.
Was that during the during 15, 16 or no?
Yeah. When you're,
back in the day.
way
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
15, 16, when the purity law was erupted.
Yeah, crazy times.
You only have 3 ingredients? Please check me if I'm incorrect. I think it's like hops, wheat, and barley.
Water,
If it's
wheat,
wrong-
barley, hops, yeast.
There we go.
All right, there we go. That's all. That's the only thing you have to consider a beer in Germany, and it's actually still a law till today. So It's actually
I have
very
a
weird.
question. What's the normal alcohol percentage in beers? 5% or
I would say average is probably 5.
I don't think you can claim to have like a normal like alcohol by volume in beer, right?
Yeah,
I
that's
mean
true.
I've seen
it
some
depends
like
on the style
4s.
of beer.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
depending
I'm
on the
saying.
style.
That's what I mean. 4 is like if you're having like a super light beer, like a Budweiser, not a Budweiser, but a Bud Light or like a Coors Light. And then I guess the darker you go, the heavier it usually gets, right?
I have a question though, but why this one's 5.1%, bro? Why the 0.1? Like why? Does anyone know? Because I'm the serious question. I don't know.
Based on the liquid on your tongue, it gives you that 0.1.
So if you
Test it out.
if you didn't drink all of it, it's only 5. But
Yes.
that last sip is the 0.1.
That was so ridiculous, guys.
No, you lost me on that one.
All right, while we're
Lost me there, bro.
while we're talking shit
My
about
du-
0.1,
My dumbass
Christian.
is actually trying to figure out where the 0.1 is in my mouth.
Christian, give us your first tasting review on the Weihenstephan Traffenstein.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad. There's just a lot of German beers that kind of taste the same to me. I can't give you the details of what the taste is in my mouth. I don't know about the hippity hoppities and all that. But
What the taste
look,
is in my mouth.
I'm already halfway through this beer. It's pretty decent. Can I give a score already? I have a score.
You know what?
Yeah, give us
If
a score.
Feel the
Come on, if
score.
you're
Give us
feeling it. Yeah.
Yeah, I give this one I give the last one give this one 6. Regular 6.
6.
6
Yeah.
flat.
6.
Christian, you constantly give high scores, and this is the first one that I was like, all right, he's gonna give it a score, and he went super low on us.
No,
Yeah,
the
that was-
last one. Well, no, the St. Bernardus, I gave it a good score. I think I did.
The Stone Cold
remember.
Steve Austin, you did not give a great score.
He
No,
gave
you
it
did-
6.4.
I gave
That's what I'm
no,
saying.
I
He
gave
gave
it
the
6.
highest one.
Yeah. Because it was just like we said, the last one was just a normal cold brew, and this one's just, I prefer the Steve Cole, whatever, Austin WWE over this one. So yeah, solid 6.
I would not, that's why I thought this one was better than the Stone Cold Steve Austin. I guess I'll go into my review. I love this beer. I love beers that taste like a real beer. I do like
Simple.
Bavarian style beer. Simple. It's the kind of beer that you feel like you're in Germany, even though I've never been in Germany. It's what I assume Oktoberfest is like. So for me, I would go 7.7 would be
7.7.
7.7.
All right, nice
Good
little
score.
score there. Mikey, go for it.
I definitely enjoy this beer. Going back to last episode, this is another sweat beer for me, which means working out after a workout, after doing something in the sun. This is it. Hence the ingredients that are in it, the 4 ingredients. It's a simple brewing process for this beer. It's a little sweet, and it's kind of like bready for me. I do enjoy it. It's definitely a lot better than the last one. I'll give this like a 6.9.
0.9, little nice score. What are the favorites up in here?
That's good. Jake, what do you think?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys did this, but when I cracked the beer, when I was doing research, obviously I read some stuff. So when I cracked the beer, I gave it a little smell, and like off the bat, it gave me like aromatic notes, and I just don't know how to describe that better than that. But you could definitely smell the beer right off the bat, and I love these types of beers. That's why I keep picking something like this. German beers are probably my favorite types of beer. It's just so crisp. It feels clean. It's like there's nothing really bad in your mouth after this beer. It's like you have the beer, the taste is good. You finish the beer, and boom. That's the flavor.
To that
That's
point,
good.
before you give us your score, I feel like this beer kind of just drinks itself. I'm already like
Super
almost
smooth,
done. It
dude,
just
easy
it
to
just
drink.
goes,
I'm
you know what
flying
I mean?
through this beer.
Yeah, it's easy to keep sipping after that sip because the taste it's fleeting, and it's also very good. So it kind of I don't know. I keep wanting to drink it. You know what I mean? It's a thirst quencher.
I'm getting to the back half of the beer, and it's usually when you get to the back half of a beer, it's not as enjoyable as the first half. It's pretty good back half, yeah. Solid second half beer right here, really good.
Second half team.
I completely agree.
I think this is what I give the Steve Austin one, a 6.4.
You gave it a 6.4.
A 6.4. No, the more I drink it, I think the better it is.
I
Well,
don't.
you gave us a score. We'll wait until the end.
6'5".
No. We
6'5".
gotta. Okay, we're not gonna wait until the end.
He can have his
We'll
more
see. We'll see
adjustments,
after a
He's
couple at the very end.
Yeah.
he's feeling it. He's still feeling it out. You know, he
That's
needs
true.
to.
He got the hand.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm still feeling out the beer. It says here premium Bavaricum. This Weihenstephan,
Hey, now,
really good.
what'd you call me?
I like it.
You fucking Bavaricum.
That's
All
what
right,
it says
Jake.
here. Premium
know.
Bavaricum.
All right, Jake, come on, give us your score, buddy.
I just want to mention, I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but this is the oldest brewery in the world.
It's the oldest
I don't-
brewery in the world, yeah.
Yeah. When they brew now, they use the new technology. Just want to make sure you guys knew that. I'm gonna rate this fairly high. I think you guys are taking new year, new scoring system a little too harsh with this beer. This is a minimum 8 for me, 8.7. That's my score.
8.7.
That's my
Oh
score.
my
That's
God.
I don't know
very
if
high
we're
score.
taking it too. I wouldn't say we're taking it too harsh. This is just juicy Jake style beer.
This is,
It is very your kin, your flavors.
but I would say, yeah, because it's simple. Like, what do they say? Less is more sometimes. This is
I
what
agree.
I'm
I
getting
agree.
from this bar.
No, I enjoy this beer a lot.
Jake, I want a picture. Where do you see yourself with a beer? With this beer in your hand, where is like the dream
Oh.
spot you want to be having this beer?
Dream spot having this beer. I could fucking give you a massive description. All right. No matter what, I want to have a mug. Those beer glasses.
The big ass.
the
have
big
the-
ones.
Wait.
Yeah.
But do you want a mug or do you want a Stein or do you want a boot?
Sorry. I'm getting a Stein, a half-liter Stein of this. I'm gonna make sure it's at a beer hall or what do they call those patios? Like
a beer garden?
Like a beer garden. Beer garden. Yeah. Definitely a beer garden. Sitting outside with a couple of friends, drinking
Topping it up.
steins of beer. That is the number one. Because literally, what comes to mind when I'm drinking this is when I was in Germany. We used to just get those steins like that. So that's exactly what I'm picturing. Just me with a fat ass stein in my hand
That's awesome.
drinking this.
And to that point,
That's a
is
trip
that
we need to
your-
take.
That is a trip we need to take. But is that your perfect beer situation? In a beer garden with your friends, drinking beers? Is that your perfect, mix mash of beers with this beer? Like not this beer, but a beer like it, or is that your perfect beer situation when you want to be having a beer?
You know what? It probably would be. If I had a good group of friends around and a nice crisp beer like this, I would say it would be peak. The peak situation for me to enjoy a beer.
What about you, Christian? What is your peak situation to enjoy a beer?
As long as I'm on the water, like on the boat, let's say, I love drinking a beer on the water. Whether it's a beach, a pool, or a boat. Love that.
And what kind of beer? Does it matter? Is it
Is it based on vibe or is it beer?
No. There's not too picky, but it has to be a lighter type of beer.
This is your decision, your choice, your perfect
but
situation.
There's many types of light beer. I'm just saying that I need a light type of beer
I'm with you.
during the pool, beach, or boat, because you're in the water, you're in the sun. You're at least gonna drink 12 of them easy.
And you can
the light beers.
can whiz,
They feel
bro.
like water.
Whiz without a problem.
That's
Pipi
true.
in el agua right there. You're already.
You don't
in
even
it.
have to
Like,
worry about breaking the seal.
Yeah, no, that to me is my perfect scenario for drinking beer.
I like
Love
that. I like that a lot, actually. That's you did paint the picture for me, and I'm there with you on the boat.
Because we've already done it a bunch of times.
It's true.
I have an idea of what Mikey's perfect would be.
Oh, you're gonna guess Mikey's perfect before
I'm gonna guess.
All right,
I'm
like this.
not saying I don't know about perfect, but I know Mikey enjoys a nice
A top
airport
3
beer.
situation. Oh, an
Oh,
airport
yeah.
beer.
Oh
beer.
yeah.
Airport beers hit different, man.
But airport beers will never be the perfect situation. But an
But it might
airport
be-
beer hits different.
It
There's
does, yeah.
nothing like waiting for the plane for like another 5 hours if you got a crappy connection and you're just there at a random airport bar and you're like, all right, let's just relax for a bit.
If I wasn't in a rush, I have no problem being delayed a couple of hours to just sit at a bar in an airport and drink beer.
I personally like getting to the airport early. I want to be an hour early just for one beer at my little Goose Island IPA, the go-to. That's my airport beer. But first, before you get the beer, you got to make sure your gate is there. Because if your gate's not there, you're in trouble.
You
That's
do a
very
little
true.
check. You run to your
Yeah,
gate.
got to
and
check. Gotta check.
All right, but Mikey, come on. What's the perfect situation?
I don't think there's a perfect situation because there's so many perfect situations. Like,
Come on.
no. To hear me out.
It's
You
true. You
know,
can drink a beer
a
anywhere,
little
anytime.
a little shower beer before like a hot date. You're going out with your girl. You want to get lucky. Little shower beer, underrated. But man, my perfect. I like Jake's. I really do like Jake's. That's one thing I do want to
That
experience.
was a
I have
good
never
one.
experienced that. Christians is awesome. It's always a go-to either on the boat, on the beach. Always a beer on the water. There's nobody bothering you, and you have the water right there. So take that whiz. Yeah, I mean, I guess a football beer, like watching a football game,
Watching a
having a beer
game. Watching a game.
yeah.
Yeah.
A game at
Yeah.
home or at the stadium?
At home. Nobody's bothering
Or
me. I can drink as many as I want, and I won't get in trouble. Things like that, you know.
yeah, I prefer a beer at home. Like watching a sporting event, watching a sporting event.
I'm sorry, I missed that. Can
A
you do it one more
beer
time?
is better than drinking a beer at a stadium, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because bro, you're done with your beer, you walk 2 steps to your fridge, get another one. You
And
finish your
if
beer at a game. When are you gonna go, bro? There, you gotta watch the game. You gotta wait in line. You gotta walk out and go through the people. Excuse me, sorry. That's just too much.
and to go on top of Christian, you get 2 beers at the
Oh, on
game.
top of
You
it.
already got a 24 pack for your house.
That's true. They're expensive.
Okay, so while you guys keep shitting on my favorite beer situation,
Really?
which is the stadium beers, but it's actually it's not the stadium beer, it's the whole beer, every beer during the process. So that includes the tailgate beers, that includes the beer on the road
tailgate
walking to the
beer.
Forgot
stadium.
about that.
A
Yeah.
tailgate beer, I think
That is
my
fire.
the best beer situation for me ever, Christian, was us in Cincinnati at that USA game. The beers walking to the stadium. So
Yeah.
this is I think it's a very
That was insane.
it's a very
That's something I'll
unique-
never forget.
yeah. It's a very unique situation to soccer where it's like a parade to the stadium. So we walked like a mile to get to the stadium from
At
a
least,
brewery
yeah.
or a bar, and just everyone was, there were people in like outside of their houses and balconies like cheering us on, and we're like yelling into like restaurants, like
We're in the
screaming.
middle of a parade.
We're in the middle of the street, like, and it's just us, everyone singing the songs. It was the most incredible experience, and those beers that I had during that just elevated everything to be better. We got like 4 roadies, and
Yeah.
we were
Yeah, bro, we put them all in our jackets,
It was-
and the beers
it
that
was
they
like-
had were the big ones, the tall
yeah,
boys,
they had like tall
Yeah.
boys.
and we stuffed them in as we're walking a mile. It was good
It-
time.
it was-
That's
so-
a good situation for
Yeah, so
drinking
that
a
was
beer.
my favorite. I think that's the best of the best. But to quantify it more, it's the tailgate beers and the sporting event beers. I also don't know if you guys have experienced this, but like after playing soccer, we would
Refreshment, bro. Your
Yeah,
Gatorade.
we
That's
would-
your Gatorade.
we would chill for like another 3 hours just drinking beers, talking crap. Those
I-
are great beers as well.
I just think beer like brings out good vibes. Like when
I-
you're
I-
in a great
totally agree.
spot, it's just there's no really a bad situation for a beer. It's if you're in the wrong crowd. If you're with the right
Yeah.
people, I think a beer is always a great time.
I feel like that's like that with everything. You know what I mean? I feel like if you're with the right crowd, everything's fun.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying
know?
is with a beer, you can like, for instance, you can like when I went to school in Tampa, I had a bar downstairs. I would drink my beer. I became boys with the bartender, and then I would meet people, and it's just like beer just connects.
Yeah, it's always a good time. Listen, but
Beer
even if you're
connects.
not with the right people, sometimes a beer just helps to be able to go
That's
through it of being
completely
with the
true.
wrong
That's
people. Like a
completely
beer is
true.
always good.
Speaking of good people and good-natured fun, we're gonna talk about our next friendly wager between Michael and myself,
Oh God.
and what we're currently doing. And feel free to interject and give us your ideas, Christian and Jacob, or make a friendly wager between the two of you. What we're doing is we're gonna do like every major sporting event and pick like a team to win, and whoever will go further is the winner between the two. So Mikey
Yeah.
got the first pick on the NFL. He chose the Bills. I chose the Chiefs. And continuing from now on, we're going to keep doing every playoffs until the end of the year. And Mikey, what do you think we should do what do you think the losers should have to do? Or do we keep it as like a dinner? What do you think? Give
Well,
us some ideas.
All right, so let's give them the breakdown first. So we did this. I'm not sure if we posted our picks, the podcast about this, but me and OCDs did a little friendly wager in the World Cup, and he ended up winning because Argentina went further than Brazil.
Hell yeah, they did.
And our bet wasn't really a bet. We're just treating our boy to a dinner.
Friendly
So I ended
wager.
up
Friendly
losing.
wager.
Friendly wager. So I treated him out to dinner, and I think when we both went out to dinner, we realized how cool it was because we probably never really had a dinner like that in a while. I don't remember the last time we had a dinner.
Yeah, it
So
wasn't. It's sorry to cut you off for a second, but it became more of like hanging out with your buddy. And I was like,
yeah,
"Fuck, Mikey and I never hang out like this. Like just going
Oh,
out."
you
And
guys bonded.
yeah, and it's like we're barely ever in the same city. So we took the time. We went out. He treated me. I treated the drinks. So it was kind of even Stevens,
it
except
was
he paid
good.
a
It
lot
was
more.
good.
So it was a great experience. And we're like, all right, fuck, we have to do this again, but let's do something over the whole year. So this is kind of where we are. So
So
do,
so you
And
got
don't let Christian and Jake fool you guys because they were jealous in our little group chat, wanting pictures and videos. Okay,
yeah, and you
I
sent
haven't
the
said a
pictures and video.
word.
That
that's what I'm
listen,
saying.
there, Jake.
I see those faces down there.
we can tell.
Listen,
We can
my-
tell that you're
I'm
jelly.
jealous. I am
Mikey
jealous.
brought it up because he paid a hefty fee at a Brazilian steakhouse or
Argentinian.
Argentinian steakhouse because Brazil lost. But that's a conversation that he's not ready for. Who took the Bills? Who took the Chiefs to go further?
I took the Bills.
And I have the Chiefs.
Okay.
I-
Okay.
I could like. All right.
Let me think.
It's gonna be both of them in the championship.
Yeah. Well,
Now I
I
have
don't
a
think so. I think
question.
Bengals.
What
I don't
if
know,
they
man.
both-
Bengals are.
What if they both lose this weekend?
If they both lose this weekend, we push. So that's why we're choosing 6. And if we tie like a couple, if it ends tied, we're doing 6. And then if it ends up completely tied after those 6 events, so like MLB, NHL, you know,
Mm.
we didn't do Champions League. We'll do like college basketball, March Madness. Like that one could be
Mhm.
crazy because like your team, you know, you pick a 1 seed and they lose to the 8, then you're
Yeah.
Yeah.
screwed.
College,
So-
you never know. I think
So-
Jake, I think you would attest to this. I think that you guys keep playing your game, right? You keep picking your winners, who's gonna go further, tiki. And at the end of the year, right? When we see who of the two of you won the most of your friendly wagers, that person has to take the 4 of us out and the beer tabs on them. Right, Jake? That's good. We don't even have to do a thing.
Wow. Yeah. We
You
all
did.
right.
Oh yeah,
No.
yeah. All right.
I
Next
like
time.
that.
I love the
Next
idea.
time we'll do that for next year, and all 4 of us will be involved. But this is the push. So if it's completely tied, I think Mikey and I should have a 3-point shootout. Because
think
I didn't
Mikey's
play
gonna win that every
basketball.
time.
You think Mikey's gonna beat me in a 3-point shootout? I am a
Oh,
3-point
Oh,
specialist.
CDs, check this
No,
out.
I got
Check
Mikey
this
on that
out.
one too.
Check this
All
out.
right, all right.
We're not gonna do a 3-point contest, but we're gonna keep the little shooting. We're gonna do beer pong. Beer pong. We're gonna do a little beer,
Ooh.
incorporate the beer, and do a little video for the One Sip podcast for the fans, for our
If
people.
we're doing beer pong,
If
I
it
feel
gets
like-
to that. If it gets
yeah,
to that.
I could do that. I'm much more of a titty pong man myself, but
Who's gonna titty pong it? Who's gonna pass you for the titty pong?
That is true.
right,
Then
choose
you
your
need to pick one
teammate.
of us.
I got Christian.
Yeah.
I got
No,
Jake.
I don't want
Let's
to
go.
use them.
Yeah. We're about to win this
Listen,
shit.
wait,
We picked
wait,
the
I
wrong
like
fucking
the-
guy.
They can
I
fix-
like
they
the
can do
beer
something.
pong idea.
You want them to fit. I agree with the beer pong. I think that's a great idea. So if it ends up tied, we will go to beer pong. But speaking of, sports and sporting events like that, we do want to ask a couple questions to you, Mikey, specifically, and then we'll open it to the
Oh
floor
hell no!
about what life has been like. Not life, but the mentality switch from going from collegiate athlete to kind of just working and living your life, without having to exercise every day and baseball being your mind every step of the way.
Yeah, I would say in the first like 6 months was really tough, just because it's like a whole change.
And before you continue, how long has it been now?
Like a year and a half, 2 years.
Okay,
I would say
What?
like the
You
biggest-
stopped 2021.
it's 2023.
20.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's January 2023. So it's been a year
Yeah,
and a half.
and
All right,
and
cool.
he
Year and a half,
graduated
year and a
in
half.
June,
half.
which is a year
My
and a
bad.
half.
I thought it was longer. My bad.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. You think it's longer. I thought
Yeah,
it was
it
longer.
is.
It's
It
really
is
not.
crazy thinking about that.
I would say like the first 6 months is tough because you know what your day's gonna be like. Like you have to go lift. You have to go
Your routine.
Practice.
You're super used to your routine.
yeah to
every
that
day.
routine. So I guess like that's like the biggest adjustment. And you're really like when you're on like since I played baseball, you have 30 guys, so you're always talking to someone, and it's not always like
Mm.
that same person. But I mean, I guess the
So-
hardest thing for me was to have that routine and like because I didn't see working out the same because I didn't have like I'm not like working out reminded me of baseball and I didn't want to think about baseball at that moment.
So when you were
I
done,
didn't
you were
see-
completely done, like mentally.
Yeah. I didn't. I wanted to like get away from the game a little bit and like kind of like break everything down and because I mean it was fun. Like I enjoyed it and I felt like I did what I had to do and that's it. And like now I have to grow up and be a man. I feel like I was just like playing baseball. You're a
That's
kid. You
deep,
just
bro. That's deep.
Yeah,
yeah. But like
Mikey,
that's how I
you gotta
feel.
give us
Huh?
the quote from Moneyball.
The
It's
what?
like we all love to play the children's game, and like it ends at some point. I don't remember the quote specifically. I'm butchering it.
Yeah, but I
But it's
believe
like
like I think that's like so true because like at whatever age, even like the older guys that are still playing, like you feel like a kid. Like, dude, you're playing a game. Like you're not. No one's telling you what to do. You're not do like you're just playing a game that you grew up playing. Like it's just.
Yeah.
Then now
It's
it's gone.
it's weird to me that you look at it like that because I think it's someone's telling you what to do more than in a normal job. Like you
No.
have a coach that's like critiquing almost everything you do. Whereas when I work, I do something. If I get it done, it's chilling. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if I didn't do it well, or if it took me too long, they're not on like totally on my ass. Like, oh, you fucking suck. This other guy's gonna take your fucking spot. Like I don't have that. And I guess I'll kind of interject with not playing college, but having the opportunity to play college. Every single person I saw that played college got burned out and hated the sport. So like I had friends that went to like Colorado and friends that went to North Carolina, and they fucking hate soccer now. Like they won't play for fun.
Yeah, I know people like that. Yeah.
That's what
They
like
get burnt out.
it's burnt out, like having like 3 days and training all the time, where it didn't stay that game. It became a job. And for
Mhm.
me ending it, I never wanted it to be my job, and I was kind of lazy. I didn't want to work out that much. So I wanted to go to a good school rather than like King's College in New York or like Broward College. Like I wasn't getting like good offers, but I wanted, so when I left it, it was super easy for me to just enjoy the sport. You know what I mean? Like when I was done playing, competitively, like we were like number 2 in the state. We were playing all these teams like from Chivas and like these teams from England. And then when I was done with the sport, it wasn't like, oh, fuck this, I don't want to do this again. It became like, all right, let's do this for fun now. And I went to play intramurals, and I go and play with my friends like on the weekends. So it like you having that 6 months of being like, I needed to be away from it and I didn't want to think about it. Like that's the crazy part to me, because I've
Yeah.
never had that, because I never played it like to your level.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say like I guess like when I say away from it, it was like because I would watch baseball every day. Like I
Mhm.
enjoy it. Like I wouldn't want. I'd probably watch it once a week now. Like you know what I mean. And then like I would help out coaching, but I really like didn't care to yet. And now I do it. Now I love like coaching. I coach little kids and I enjoy it now. Like I
Yeah, but
still
like,
have to be on the field. You
listen,
know, I
and
still have to feel dirt, get my hands dirty, play catch, do something.
No, yeah,
You
I'm
know.
with you.
yeah, to stay involved in the sport and keep playing it and all that. But at the same time, like you've been doing it for 4 or 5 years, however long you were playing college for that, and it's the same, like you said earlier, it's the same routines every single day. So once you're officially done, like you don't have to wake up to go work out or go
Yeah.
practice or go to a game or the road trips, whatever the hell it is. Like now you're just chilling. And we all saw that side of Mikey, in the first 6 months when it was hitting him, bro. That beer belly, goddamn, bro.
Shut your ass up, man. Damn.
I mean, but I can speak. I gained a ton of weight because I wasn't practicing every day and like running like 2 miles every practice how I would. So I got a, and I gained a lot more when I had a surgery, and then COVID kind of stifled all that. But like to your point where like I don't know, I never thought Mikey got a beer belly. I think Mikey got skinnier because he wasn't working out, which you know what I mean, where which is
I
funny.
was
I guess
losing my muscle. Is that what you're telling me?
you lost your muscle, but you got a stomach, according to Christian. But
Yeah.
now you're running half
It,
marathons and looking
it's a
looking sexy.
cervecita de one sip Mike,
No, yeah. But
It's
Christian,
a beer a day.
did you ever feel anything like that when you went off to college, or did you just keep playing and keep doing it? Because I remember you playing IMs in Alabama.
I mean, yeah, I kept playing because I enjoyed to play a game, but I thank God I never went to go play college or anything like that, because I would have hated it. I never liked practice or this or doing the workouts or training. I never liked any of that. So I'm glad I didn't. I play it for fun when I want to, and I haven't even played in like a year. So that just goes to show you.
What about you, Jake? I know you played at
That's fine.
FSU. You were playing like club baseball and stuff too. So
Yeah, mine's a totally different experience from literally everybody. So I took a year off right after high school because I had a bad experience at the end of my like high school like baseball career.
hmm
So I was like, all right, I'm gonna take it off. I don't really want to play. Like I don't want to like worry about it. All I really did was play like softball, like an IM softball. And then one of my friends just like told me that, oh, there's an IM, like there's a club baseball team, you should join it. So I just went to a couple of practices. I was like, oh fuck, this will be fun. These guys don't really give a shit. Like they look like they're just having a good time. They're out here just fucking around, playing baseball. And then literally what made me fall in love with this, like the idea of playing or like the idea of being a part of that team specifically was when I made the team, but like we were like, once I made the team, we were just like drinking together. No matter what was happening, we were like, oh, come do this. Like you're new, but it don't matter. Like it was so inviting, I would say. But that's besides the point. But like when we got to games, it was my favorite part. Everybody was out the day before. We're at FSU. No one's not going out on a Friday, a Saturday, and our games are on like Saturday in the morning, Sunday in the morning. So we all come in hungover at 10 a.m. for games, and you could tell because you went out with probably half the team the night before. And my favorite thing about when you went out with half the team, you would see the other team at bars.
Doing
So
the
the
same
teams
thing.
that would come, yeah, the teams that would come. So I remember specifically Mississippi State would like come, and I would see the guys at the bar, and they would see me because I'm what
Start
I look
talking your
exactly.
shit.
No, they love seeing you. They just, they give you a hug, like you don't know the guy. You never find out the guy's name.
That's awesome.
But they treated you. It was so funny, and you just come up the next day, and everyone's hung over.
Yeah, no,
It
that's
was-
a good time. And like when I did the
Good time.
intramural I did the intramural for 1 year. I think it was like my junior year. I finally joined because I played soccer with all those guys because they had an intramural, intramural leagues of like 5-on-5. They had an indoor soccer court in Alabama and the big fields, 11-on-11, and I would play with the guys who were on the club team all those years, and they were telling me to join. I finally joined, whatever. Dude, I played there for 1 year. I didn't go to a single road game. You know how exhausting that must have been. I did not want to do that, to pack and go on the bus and do all like how if you were to actually be a
You just
college
got a
athlete
bus?
to do that. Yeah, they would take you on a little bus that they would bring over there and take you to the games. That was, I mean,
Wow.
it was kind
See,
of like
but
if you were
I see
actually
that
playing in a-
differently.
I did not want to do that. I never went to one away game.
I
Did
see
you
that
guys have a
differently.
coach?
Did we have
Christian,
a coach?
did you guys have a coach? Yeah.
No, dude.
Like, was
I
it
don't
a
remember
player
now.
that was like quote unquote the coach, but because we
I
had
think
a
we
president.
I think we had a player, but he never played. But he
Okay.
could have. Like he was a coach.
Yeah,
I think that's
he
what
could
it
put
was.
himself in or not. Yeah, we usually
Yeah.
had our best players be the coaches, the quote unquote coaches.
That
Yeah,
So our
makes
no,
sense.
shortstop was
I'm
one,
pretty
the
sure he
center
didn't
fielder
play.
was
I
He
have
could've.
well, oh, Mikey, go ahead. I know you had something to say.
To Christian's point about like the traveling, I see that differently because I remember when we won the national championship. Sorry, when we won the national championship in 2019. I'll never forget this because everybody on the team says it. We had lost like 2 out of 3 against a shit team that we were supposed to sweep. So we had 2 practices like at 5 a.m. and like we never practice. Like the program's very chill. So when you practice early, it's like big time punishment. So it's like a lot of running, whatever. So then that next weekend, I think we played an away series and we swept them. And the bus ride was like 5 hours, 6 hours. And man, that bus ride was the best bus ride back. Like
It was
I'm
just a
talking
party.
about partying. Like we always travel with a speaker, bro. We were doing karaoke, rap battles, like bro. And then like I always wear a wife beater, so I'm with my wife beat, bro. That shit was like a party. But then like when we won, and not even winning, like even like now when I see it, I feel like those are like lessons that like make me who I am now. You are getting back to school at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and then you're gonna have to wake up at 8 to make it to class. Because if you miss, you might have a test that day. So it's like I feel like that has made like me the person I am based on like it's all right. You can still get up and take that test.
Mikey is the only person that would go to class having no clue if there's a test on the day or not. He'd
And
never even
pass.
Oh, for
look
sure.
at the
Pass.
calendar. He had
For sure.
no
And
idea.
Pass.
He's like,
Somehow,
oh,
still
fuck,
pass.
if I don't show up, there might be a test today. Whereas he
But
could have
I
just
feel
gone
like-
on Canvas. Oh, test on this day. I have to show up. This guy.
But I
What are you
feel like
talking
all
about?
those little things that like I probably hate it at the moment. Like I kind of love now because it's like, dude, like I did that already. Like that made me who I am. That taught me those life lessons.
No, yeah, you grow through your struggles.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that. I will say, like, to your guys' point, when I stopped playing like soccer competitively, I really missed like the team aspect. You know what I mean? Where
Big time.
I wasn't, a part of anything anymore. Like I know, Mikey, you said you struggled with that for like the first 6 months. So like once I finally got an IM team that was like, everyone was fun, everyone wanted to hang out. We would like meet up on Fridays and go to the bars together. That's when I was like, all right, now I finally feel like I'm back. You know what I mean? Like this is what the team is for. Like, so I wasn't playing soccer because I obviously love the game, but I love the connections more.
What
You know
the
what I mean? It's
game
like,
brings you. Yeah.
yeah. Like the group I would play soccer with, I still hang out with them whenever I can. You know what I mean? Like those are connections I made like for the rest of my life, which is what it's all about. So
That's me and Mikey's how we met.
that's true.
Yeah.
Christian and I, how we met through YMCA, bro. Back way.
Speaking
of how when I played with
Well,
you
not
guys
met,
too.
but
Yeah, that was the last time I was good at soccer.
Christian was a YMCA legend on the field of dreams,
so
bro.
funny.
I will say
Bro,
that is an incredible name for a field.
We used to quick sidebar. In those YMCA games, I know Mikey played with us for a little bit too. Jake, I wish you would have seen it. But bro, we used to take that shit so seriously because we were so into soccer. And these little
You have
YMCA.
to though. You
Yeah,
have
I
to.
feel like you
No,
should
of
take it
course,
seriously.
we're
You know
kids.
what I
No,
mean?
no.
Like,
Listen, we're kids. We don't, obviously we don't know. Like that's what we're doing. We love it. We're looking forward to every week. But my point is that, dude, we were so into it that we would practice celebrations because we
Hell
knew we
yeah.
were gonna score like 5 goals at least. We would practice. You remember that we would practice celebrations. Like the practice before, like, okay, we're going to do this of things we saw on TV from the professional players. I remember one time, I think I scored a goal and then like 6 of us all came running to the sidelines and I took off my shoe and we did the little like, and we
The
all
car.
got behind each other and we did like the car, like where we're driving. Bro, and we were like, 7 years old? I don't even know how old
dude,
you are.
parents must have hated us. Like they must have been like, these are the most disrespectful kids. And the worst part was,
we
is
were
like I
obnoxious.
sucked back then. So like I wasn't even on the field and I was a part of the celebrations. You know what I mean? So, but
Dude, it was
like the funniest part is like
booking it to go celebrate.
we also had like a huge rivalry with another team, which was the funniest part.
I remember. I think
Yeah.
I was on that team. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you probably were. We had
And
like
the coach
The
would
guy
scream. The
with the
coach would be like,
sunblock.
"Didn't
yes,
someone
the
get
coach
thrown
with the
out?"
sunblock. We had a huge rivalry in every we'd meet in every final. Like they won once, we won like 4 times. So it was like all, and then like at the end of it, I literally ended up playing club with one of the guys that we used to be. And he's like, dude, we hated you guys. And I was like, yeah, we know, because we would always beat your ass, guy. And then we would
Dude,
like
it was
give each other
awesome.
shit for the rest
Those
of
were
like.
good times.
So like I think that's why I miss sports, or I miss like playing like super competitively. Is like back then it was like, bro, you were traveling. Like, dude,
Yeah.
the cities I would travel to with soccer. I went to like Stewart, Florida. Like we were constantly going. Where's IMG? What's the city?
Tampa?
I forget, but
No, it's
I
not
thought-
Tampa. Bradenton.
Boca?
Bradenton, bro. Bradenton. We were going like all over the state. And like now I look at it, like back then it was a hassle, and now it's like I miss it so much because it was like, you just you don't appreciate what you have until like you're not doing it anymore. So
hey, we were talking about like we talked about like our post athlete whatever, and then we were bringing up the celebrations as a kid. Did you guys see the video that went viral with the basketball players?
yeah, with like the
with
third graders.
Third grade.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it.
I watched like the first thing and I couldn't do it.
What are your guys'
I didn't
thoughts
like
on
it.
that?
That is, those kids were celebrating the way they were. And I'm gonna put a little bit of context so everyone, for whoever listens, they know what we're talking about. These 3rd grade kids were playing one of those little YMCA type of basketball games with some other kids their age. AAU, there you go. And they were celebrating like this big boy got a rebound, put it up, scored, and he was like flexing on them, This other
and
kid
then putting his hand down saying he's too small
and putting his
Yeah.
hand down, telling the kid he's too small. Another kid drained the 3, started doing the Carmelo, threes to the head, doing all these crazy celebrations. But they're doing that because of the same reason that we would do celebrations when we were a kid, because they got it from the people that they watch. Bro, you watch the NBA today, that's all they're doing. They're doing this, they're telling the too small, the
Do you think
celebrations,
that's
the
a
threes
bad
and all
thing
that.
though?
No, I don't think it's a
I
bad thing. I think
have
it's a part of the game, bro. Like don't be conceited with it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if you're gonna go home and say, "Oh, these boys are small as shit," I feel fucked them up, then no, that's different. You humble your kid right there. If that was my kid, but to do that stuff in the game, I love it. I'm cool
Yeah.
with it.
For me, I had like when I would coach, I would encourage celebrations. I would tell them, I was like, look, like we play to win. So why wouldn't you be happy when you win? I hated it when people would say, act like you've been there before. Because then you don't want to be there again. So I'd be like, look, guys, if you score, fucking celebrate. You know what I mean? But don't taunt. You know what I mean? Don't be disrespectful. Just enjoy it between the team. Like this is us winning. Don't make it about them.
But
So like
what the basketball kids were doing is kind of that taunting.
that's like
You
what
know,
that
like
was my
they're
issue
too
with it.
short or you're flexing on them.
Yeah,
So-
it was
But the
like
thing
it
is
was
that-
like disrespectful.
Mikey, I'll let you go now, but that's what the NBA players do. You know, like you put on a game right now on ESPN and John Moran's doing it. Bro, everyone's doing that.
Bro, you can
Everyone's
say
doing
it's
that.
on like the NBA. You can want to do it, but my coaches would be like, you're off. Like get off the court. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna like look at someone and tell them you're too small or I'm bigger than you, they'd be like, yo, stop that shit. Come out here. You know
Yeah,
what I
but
mean?
it's
And they
basketball.
look,
They're,
you know what
they're
I
not
mean?
going to. I guess it's
So
part of the game.
I believe we're kind of like, well, I know I am, and I feel like OCD's is a little bit based on what he's saying. I feel like we're a little old school. So yeah, you can flex whatever, but you don't need to flex staring at the guy.
Yes.
Go
No,
flex
yeah,
running
yeah,
back
yeah.
to the other court. You know what I mean?
Unless he's talking shit.
You know what? I think that's incorrect because some of the one of the favorite games I played in are the ones that everyone's talking shit to each other because
Yeah,
like
of
that's when you get
course.
you get into the game. You're
Those are the
adrenaline starts
best games.
pumping.
Those are the best
games.
They are.
I think that's
agree
what
with
makes
you.
it sport. But there's a level to do it. Like if you're those third graders,
Dude, how
that
do you
team
know
has
that
to
as a
be
third grader? Like,
yeah, but that the team that you're playing has to be the second best team. It can't
Yeah.
be the last team.
How
you're
much
flexing
shit are you
on.
talking as a
Be like
third
a
grader?
rival.
Before we
rival,
continue,
like-
why is it even being recorded for these freaking third graders, bro? They're third graders. Like
Yeah.
you're not putting out mixtapes for middle school teams.
Highlight
You know
tape.
what I mean? Like
But you'd be surprised. They probably have like a damn TikTok for that AAU team.
They
I'm
probably
sure they
do.
do. I mean, they went viral, so it worked.
More
Yeah,
followers
You know
than
what I
us.
mean? Like more followers, more views. I don't know about more followers. Hey, shouts out to the 13 subscribers.
I think there's a time and place for it, and it's not every game.
Yeah,
Not every game.
Jake made a good point that now that I'm thinking about it, like the flexing and you're too small, they're talking shit. And talking shit has to be granted. You know what I mean? Like if they're talking shit or that's a rival team, whatever, then I understand it. But if you're just doing it just to do it because you see you're famous, then yeah, I can understand, you shouldn't be doing that. But like certain celebrations, like the 3-pointers or things like that are hyping each other up. Like, bro, let the kids play,
I
And I'm
agree.
saying this because I saw when that video blew up, I saw people on Twitter saying that kids shouldn't celebrate scoring or whatever it is at that young of an age, as if they're, high school, college, NBA level, you know what I mean? And no, it's a part of the game. Celebrate any way you want, respectfully.
No, yeah. I mean, I would be like, yo, like celebrate. I guess also soccer is a little different. You're scoring, 4 if it's a crazy game. So be like,
Yeah.
yo,
a
cherish the
blowout.
feeling, enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What like chase it? You know what I mean? Like celebrate because you want to be there again, rather than celebrate because you're rubbing in their face.
I'm
That's
not gonna
always
lie
what I
though. If my kid was playing basketball and he was flexing on them, I'd be like this in the background. That's
Yeah,
my
for sure,
boy,
for sure.
that's my boy.
Now I'd probably be a little salty because I feel like the game will come back to those kids. They're gonna go to the championship, and it's gonna be like the last seed team they're playing against. They're gonna go in there like it's a walk in the park, and they're gonna get their ass beat.
But that like
'Cause the
that was
game
the
will always humble.
that's
the
the
game will
best
always humble
part
the
of it
player.
is when you shut someone up who's talking shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love that was my favorite thing to do. Like if someone's talking shit, they take a shot and I made a save, I'd be like, oh, what's going on now? Fucking quiet, bitch. Like those are the kind of conversations. Also, like I had one friend that was like the best shit talker. It was so subtle that it would just tick me off. Like it would have like he was my defender, so I never got it. But like someone would like blow a shot and like run past you and be like, bro, that was a crazy shot, dude. You're so good. And like you just like walk by and I was like,
Being
that-
sarcastic.
that is like such a psychological like level
Yeah.
of shit talk. Like it was incredible to me. Can I get a beer review from everyone? Where how many are we in?
I need another one. I finished mine after we finished talking about the beer.
You only had one?
Yeah.
Oh,
This is the end of my second.
I've been waiting
This
for
is- I-
halftime.
End of
I
my
finished my
second, too.
This isn't halftime. This is the end of the end, bro.
this is the end. You
This is the
you
end.
messed up.
So
you
Christian,
could-
give us a post podcast review. What did it get better? Did it get worse? You ended on 6.5 at the start. Where are we
I'm
now?
gonna
Yeah.
and I'm gonna stay on 6.5. I never had a chance
I
to
can
go get
respect that.
another one. I have to go
Foolish.
downstairs. It was a good beer. I wanted more, but I was so invested into these conversations that I wish I could have brought it up. But I'm staying
This
at a
is-
6.5.
This is a
Alright.
new learning lesson. Always have two.
Yeah, but they get warm.
I ran.
gotta
I don't know.
do
We
a
drank
mic
it so
I
we
gotta
drank it
do a
so
mic
quick that it
stewing,
wasn't
bro.
even-
He's got a fridge literally right
That's true.
behind
We
him.
all
That
gotta
guy
invest in a fridge.
sneezes, he's gonna get a cocucion with his mini fridge.
Cochon.
Flex on them.
All right, Mikey. What about you? What's the post podcast?
Same. 6.9, but
Eat.
I think this type of beer is definitely like a whiz beer. Like you can drink them very easily, but you're gonna break your seal and you're gonna have to take a couple trips to the bathroom.
It's a fun beer. It's a fun beer.
fun beer. Yeah.
Jake,
Delicious beer.
Jake, I'll let you end. I'm gonna move my score up to 8.1. I love.
There
this
we
beer.
go.
I could keep drinking them. I might drink all 6 tonight.
Probably will.
This beer is delicious, and I want every listener to go out and try a beer. Jake,
Delicious beer. I've had 2 of them. I probably could have had a third if I could have gotten up to get the third. I ran up to actually get up a second in the middle of the episode. That's how much I wanted the second. 8.7 is a great score.
Solid
I'm gonna
score,
give-
8.7.
I'm
I
gonna,
think you
I'm gonna
hit the
give it a
nail on
little
the head.
higher. I'm gonna hit it a little
Woo.
higher. I'm gonna give it an 8-9 final score, just because I'm two in, and I don't really feel it in my stomach, and I feel like that's a good thing.
I agree with you.
That
But-
has to
I
be
like
the
that.
highest beer you give all the rest of the year.
The pollen, he
8.9,
also
that's
gave a
high.
great score as well. 8.9, I think, takes the cake. But as we know, this is the one sip podcast, so the first scores are the final scores. This is just how we're feeling after, but the official scores are the final scores. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, follow the Spotify that we just put out, and fuck you, Elon Musk. Give us back our Twitter.